Hello everyone and welcome back to Harvester.
It's Aaron again.
So in this episode, okay, now don't save as you do this because I'm actually going to show off the wrong way to do this. So our goal is to scratch Mr. Johnson's Tucker. So some mild vandalism, if you will.
5 mile, but for him, he loves that car.
Yeah. I'm going to scratch it.
I don't take your meaning.
There are, like, very few things that they will actually comment on if you put into that text box.
It's like Facade, where you can, like, try to offer stuff, but
I
they're
kind of
mostly
like Facade,
what?
though. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
So,
go for it.
It actually takes me a few tries to figure out how you're supposed to do this. The first thing I try to do is I just try to hit the car with the shovel, but as you can see, I'm having some trouble with it. Steve? There were
Hey,
3
bud.
cuts there. I had to do this multiple times. And you can't even hit the car that way.
What a shield. Scratch that boy.
I love the attack animations. Like, they're so fast that they're actually kind of uncanny valley, and I think that's kind of part of the charm, honestly. So the more obvious thing, let's take the key.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Stay out of there!
Oof.
We're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, take that,
You rotten
Mr.
son of a
Obey.
bitch! Sheriff!
I love how he says that. And now it's time for a boss fight.
Yeah!
So equip the shovel. He's gonna come at you, and okay. For anyone wondering, yes, this is what all the combat in the game is like.
You're missing so much.
The combat is really hard to get used to. Like, it's you hold down control and then you hit
here he comes.
Oh, okay. It's you hit down control and then you just hit whatever direction you want to hit in.
You still have your goddamn shovel in the room.
I wonder if you can kill the sheriff during that.
You might. I mean, like, anything's possible.
So, yeah, that's clearly not how you're supposed to do it, so let's go ahead and do that the correct way.
That wasn't the correct way.
That wasn't the correct way.
Darn.
Nope. We have to sneak into his garage at night in order to do it. So first thing you gotta do, that little strip right there is one of those like things that opens up manhole covers. You need to take the lube that you took from Stephanie's medicine cabinet and use it on it, and then you can just that sound effect.
Ooh,
and then you can actually just take the thing with you.
I'll take this entire manhole cover.
It's called a machine key. I'm not sure if that's the name of that thing. I don't know that kind of... Oh, nightfall descends upon harvest. Okay, so this game does technically have a day-night system, but it feels oddly convenient when night does come. Like, you can walk straight to... You can get that machine key, and then the second you grab it, it'll become nighttime. Even if the day was like a minute long. Like, it's really unusually convenient whenever that does trigger. So now we do, we save first. How many save files do you think I'm going to have by the end of this?
I think you're going to have all those filled up.
Yes, I am. I make like 28 different saves.
You can never be too careful.
Especially in the final area. Okay, so use the key on the manhole, and then we can actually go down.
Yeah, guys, we're going to the sewer.
Alright, now, what do you think the sewer is going to look like?
It's just going to look like a really well-furnished basement.
No.
Well, that didn't work.
Damn it.
That didn't work.
What you're actually supposed to do... Yeah, there's that right there. What you didn't see is me, like, hitting the wall with a combat system for, like, 5 minutes. I thought that's how you're supposed to do it. Welcome to a random cave.
Welcome to our sewer system.
Oh my goodness, I love his walk animation.
Where this jaunty boy go?
Let's go.
Doop, 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 doop.
And then that just leads to his garage.
Doesn't it always?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure how to get to our garage, you have to walk directly through a tunnel.
Alright. So in here, take the furniture dolly, that is required. Because of course it is. Take the pitchfork. I don't think you need that, but it's a good weapon just in case.
Just use it to poke people.
And then on the tool bench, you can take the... Oh, this takes a while. It takes a while for me to find. But there's like a screwdriver here. Do you see it?
God, that's like a... Where is it?
It's underneath the flashlight.
Why would they do?
Wait, his license plate said Tucker. Did you see that?
Oh,
this takes me a while to figure out.
It's my Tucker.
I should have cut this out.
Like in Darkseid, where like you need to get a bobby pin, but it's like 2 pixels on the ground.
Yeah. You know, while I'm fumbling around, how about I bring up that, like, damning fun fact I brought up, or I said I wanted to talk about at some point?
Yep.
I think in 2016, the actor for Steve, Kurt Chrysler, was actually arrested for possession of child pornography. Ooh. So that's why I say we're probably not going to see him star in anything ever again.
So there's that while we're just mucking about over here.
I had to restart the game 5 times to get that cutscene, and then play it at half speed. I'm not even joking. That cutscene skipped a lot.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, it's like a second long.
You did it. You scratched.
They actually loaded in a separate map with a scratched car.
This game has, again, weird attention to detail.
Yeah. And now we can just leave.
Now bail, hurry, go.
I don't think this is timed at all, actually. I think it would have been kind of interesting if you were in sort of a time limit, like Mr. Johnson would, like, hear you scratching his car and, like, come chasing you through this tunnel or something.
To be fair, I don't think he can really run. I don't think Steve can...
Oh, he can fight, though.
He can't go faster.
He was holding, like, a mad crowbar earlier.
He can't go faster than a jaunty walk.
There we go. Next, we need to go to the cemetery. What do you think we're gonna do here?
We gotta talk to Mr. Man.
Mr. Man? Who's Mr. Man?
Deep voice guy.
No, he's at the lodge.
I'm very good.
You mean the
names.
Sergeant at Arms? Oh, hey, it's Mr. Potsdam.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing here at this hour, Mr. Potsdam?
I love how he just jumps and arms himself.
Passed away and I'm burying her. Go away and mind your own business.
Then,
Never helps.
where's the cat?
I left her at home. Now leave me alone!
Of course he did. Now, Mr. Potsdam is actually doing something extremely shady right now.
You don't say.
Yeah. And you can actually come back. I think you need to come back here later and dig up what he's actually burying. And in the corner of the room, there are some matches you also need to pick up. Again, if you don't pick that up, I don't think you can beat the game. This is why I don't play adventure games that often, I swear.
Smallest details. You know those 2 pixels? It was important. You needed to pick those up.
Yeah. I think there's one last thing we gotta do before we actually end the day now. We have to talk to the Sergeant at Arms now that we actually scratched the car.
You have completed your first task. Now that you've scratched the Tucker, you may proceed to your second task. You will steal a bolt of fabric from the fireman.
I've never heard bolt of fabric
Bolt
before.
of fabric.
Is that a common thing?
I've never heard it ever said before. Which is weird, because I'm a theater kid.
Well, we're not taking it from the theater or even the school. We're taking it from the fire station. So yeah, I did lie beforehand. The firemen actually do something important in this game. Okay, now we're going to play this cutscene again. This plays at the end of every night, and Aaron, do you notice something a little off about this cutscene now?
All of this CG?
No. What do you think of the speed? It's playing at 125 speed.
Why would you do this?
Okay, so...
Oh god.
Every time a cutscene repeats itself, or we see a repeat cutscene, I'm going to speed it up by 25%. You want to guess how fast it gets by the end of the game?
Oh god. So, 0.8 speed?
I think it gets to 375% speed. There weren't as many sped up cuts or repeat cutscenes in this game as I thought there would be, but oh man, this is gonna be hilarious because I'm gonna repeat every repeat cut. I'm gonna speed up every repeat cutscene, including cutscenes that are 1 second long and cutscenes that are super important.
Oh, there he goes.
Good job, Steve. Let's go.
Away I go.
You looking forward to seeing that?
Oh, very forward.
Oh, I didn't edit that cutscene.
I can't believe this. They run reruns every single day. The same goddamn episode.
The same episode of the same show.
I imagine it's just him shooting that guy, and then they have like the Indians from the line walk in,
and then
he just keeps on doing that for 30 minutes
people.
a day.
And then Steve comes in every time. That's part of the rerun. They just won't tell you that.
And Steve comes in and watches.
There is a point in the game where you come across a television and they're actually playing the conversation you had with Ranger Rick.
You hear someone yell "bye" from off the stage.
Bye!
Bye!
So I went inside and watched.
So what's going on here is Hank is explaining that Karen went missing last night mysteriously.
Oh no!
And he took advantage of this. Like, Hank is kind of a little turd, if you can't tell. He went to Edna's house, asked where Karen was, knowing she was missing, and then just took advantage of the grieving mother by going in and, like, asking for sandwiches and watching their television.
Oh, what a stand-up citizen. Look at him go.
Gee, it's almost as if that television can't be a good influence on him. There's like one, you're evil or that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I'm evil. You don't know what evil is. Mom says the blood drive is coming, Steve. You'll like that. It's for a good cause. And only bad people don't give.
That's the first time they mentioned the blood drive.
Did they have, like, safety laws against, like, being too young to do blood drive?
To what?
I'm too young to do blood drives.
I don't know.
Like, back in the...
The other
olden
rule
days.
you hear is that, lodge members are exempt from the blood drive. Oh, I tried to give the Ranger Rider... I felt like he would like that, but all he says is big whoop.
Big whoop, good for you.
That's like his favorite show. You think he would like the autograph more. But...
By the way, I spoke with Mr. Johnson and he's livid.
Oh, this is something kind of cool as well. I think every single NPC in the game has a reaction to Mr. Johnson in basically every act you're gonna have to do with Steve in order to get into the lodge. So if you want to, I don't show them all off, but if you want to, you can actually go around town after every day and just talk with everyone, see what their opinions on what happened was.
Again, this game has that good old attention to detail.
Yeah.
Should be concentrating on joining the lodge, not some missing girl.
Isn't a lost child everyone's concern?
Then let everyone worry about it. This is nothing but a waste of time for you. If you spend your time in Harvest looking for Karen, you'll regret it.
My time in Harvest. You talk like I'm a visitor.
Ooh.
I don't think this ever comes back to bite you, nor do we figure out why Steve's mom doesn't want us to look for Karen. There is a reason why some pretty common characters in this game wouldn't want us to look for Karen, but Mom doesn't have a motive like that. So I'm just kind of curious as to why she brings it up. My best guess is that, right here. So if you say the F word to your mother, we gotta hear this cutscene.
What a thing to say to your mother. Was that an invitation now that your father is out of action?
Out of curiosity.
Maybe later, dear. Right now I have housework to do. Though you can watch if you want. Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy.
Don't forget the papers.
I think that's the only time you can, like, say the F word to someone. What?
Speaking nonsense, dear.
Bye, gotta go.
A little context. I knew you could say the F word, but I didn't know what it would do. So I was just kind of, I was about as confused as you were when I saw that. I remember the Retsu Prey playthrough did not show that off.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see their reactions to it.
This is, like, just try a bunch of different words, like put Nintendo or Sega in. PlayStation. Pikachu comes in and gets really mad.
The Senate hearing.
You've been doing a swell job putting
I heard something kind of interesting about this game. It was actually delayed. I recently discovered this YouTuber called Pushing Up Roses. Have you ever heard of her?
I think I've seen,
She plays a lot, she reviews a lot of adventure games, and I just, out of curiosity, I saw a review of Harvester. She brought up something that I actually never knew about this game.
Yeah?
So, did you know that in the 90s, there was a really big Senate hearing following concerns about video game violence, particularly from, like, Night Trap and Mortal Kombat, that sort of thing?
Yep, I know that one.
And that led to the government basically telling the gaming industry as a whole to find a way to self-regulate or they're going to start censoring video games, and that led to the ESRB. Pushing Up Roses brought up that this game was actually supposed to come out around that time, but it was delayed a couple years. So it was likely supposed to be a commentary as the hearing was going on, which is super bold, by the way, given how gory this game can get.
Yeah, take that, government.
kind of wanted to see what would happen if this game was released around that time.
Maybe it'll be, like, better known.
If you want to know more about the Senate hearing story, Gaming Historian made an amazing video on it that I highly recommend. I did it.
What if you say the F word to him?
I heard that it only does something if you say it to Mom. So, yeah, I only bothered doing it to her.
Dang.
So now we need to go to the cemetery and dig up what Mr. Potsdam was burying. What do you think he was burying?
Why is it night at the cemetery?
What?
It's night at the cemetery.
It's always night at the cemetery.
Knowing him, it's gonna be meat.
Right. So move the picnic table.
What a strong boy.
Take the shovel. Don't arm it to yourself. And then use it on the grave. Oh, hey, it's Karen!
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They just mentioned that she's gone missing.
Thank God I found you. Are you
I was right with the meat guess.
Holmes, could you take me to my mommy's store? Or to the policeman?
Can you tell me who did this to you?
Mr. Potsdam told me he'd hurt my mommy if I told.
He won't do anything, I promise. Tell me what happened.
So I think at this point it's implied that Mr. Potsdam is trying to get into the lodge as well. And this might have been an initiation theme for him.
Definitely.
And something about Karen as well. If you're too late to save her, she will actually die. You can dig her up and her dead body will be there.
You know, if you leave someone underground for too long, they'll eventually just need to stay there.
Yeah. That's a really weird way to word it, but I know what you mean.
Intentional.
Of course Steve does that as I say that. Yeah. And probably because they couldn't code someone following you, the text just says that she scurries off ahead of you. Now you gotta go back to DNA's diner. I think if you wait too long to save Karen, it actually screws up the game, because I think you need to specifically get the reward money for saving her from Edna. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of curious what Edna says if you come here before saving Karen.
Oh my God. Karen. Thank God. What happened?
She's standing in the straightest pose ever.
It's almost a T-pose.
I was going to say, this is the adventure game equivalent to the T-pose. Steve is doing it too.
It's the I pose.
It's the I pose.
From both of us. Here's the reward money. Take it and go. I need to be alone with my baby right now.
Now, there are a few cutscenes with Edna in it, and if and some of those cutscenes have Karen in them as well. They recorded 2 separate scenes. One for scenes where Karen is alive and one where she's dead.
God,
so once again, this game and its attention to details. And I think you need to save Karen. So like half of those, you're not even going to see in a successful playthrough.
Just in case.
Just in case you want to be tricked into a dead man walking syndrome.
Alright, time to visit those firemen.
Yep. Okay, I think you need to wait for it to be nighttime now. Oh, no, I know what we're doing. Okay, we're going to go to, Gain Memorial again. Oh, I also looked up who Ed Gein was.
You finally, you know?
I did know that there was a serial killer who was infamous for making, like, furniture out of human skin. I didn't actually know that was Ed Gein, though. Of course they have a pink fire truck.
Look at them go!
Now, Aaron, that's not the solution to getting the bolt of fabric. You just need to get the policeman out of their station so you can steal something from their garage. But you're not stealing the bolt of fabric right now. All you're grabbing is the ladder and I think one other thing in there. Yeah, the fire axe. Both of those are required. So yeah.
Just packing so much weapons right now. He's packing.
He's carrying guys, I want to keep this in mind for like the rest of the game. He's carrying a ladder with him at all times.
He has a ladder, a shovel, a pitchfork.
Yeah.
What else does he have on him right now?
The meat permission slip. Oh, speaking of which, we're actually going to do that right now. I tried to break open the window, because I mentioned it had an alarm on it, and like you can get an arrest cutscene if you try to do this, but I couldn't get it to open, or even attempt to force it open. So then I bring an axe to it, but that doesn't do anything either. I don't know how I know you can try to break in and get arrested, but I kind of forgot how.
Well, because this is an adventure game and nothing works like normal, that's when you use the tampons on it.
The tampons on it. So how we actually get in there is, we need to use the furniture dolly that we got from Mr. Johnson's garage on this cabinet.
Because of course.
Because that's the only way to move a cabinet. And then behind that, you can actually see this light before this point, so I had to replay the game for that cutscene too.
Of course you did.
I hope you folks enjoy it. There's like 2 more times it happens in the game. So that turns off the alarm system. So now we can go see our dad.
Go
Do
visit our
you
dad.
remember what
Yes.
dad is like?
I remember.
Everyone remembers the dad.
Could you forget the dad?
I don't think you can forget the dad.
Months ago. Harvest Land.
Also, you folks are going to get introduced to my style of censoring, just saying. Because there are a few things in this game that I think are a bit risque.
Oh, yep, how could I forget?
Okay, so this room is full of sex toys and blood. The painting on the right is a topless woman, and on the left, that's our dad, by the way. He's covered in bandages, so that's why he's not going to the meat factory.
Yeah, how can you forget that?
Oh my goodness, that male model is so shiny.
Well, it's plastic.
Yeah, and that sex doll on the left, a sex doll on the left, it has breasts exposed, so I feared I'd censor those. I've seen places in this game that didn't censor them, and they were fine, but honestly, I not only did I really want to cover my bases with this sort of thing, but I thought it'd be really funny to put little tiny Steves over them.
He's everywhere.
By the way, Aaron, you know what picture of Steve that is?
Oh, that's the one we get shot.
That's the picture where he gets shot in the head, because I'm making my own political commentary right now. I'm censoring breasts with a picture of someone getting shot in the head, because you can do that, and it's not wrong.
Yeah, oh, nope. Oops,
I forgot to edit that cutscene.
So is like the thumbnail for the last episode just gonna be a picture of that thing of Steve over and over?
Aaron, I'm gonna show you what the thumbnail. Oh no, I think if I show you the thumbnail, it'll stop the video. You'll like the thumbnail though I do for this. It's like a cutout of it's like this. It's like that right there. So our dad is sort of being trapped in this room and being a glorified sex toy for mom. So that's why she wouldn't let us in here. I hear that if you break into this room at night, you actually get a special cutscene where you see your mom dressed in risque clothing whipping him, and then she shoots you when she sees you. I kind of wish I showed that, because I saw like a compilation of deaths, and that one was actually pretty funny.
Oh, how can we forget?
So when do you think he's gonna get better?
The answer is never.
Oh, I forgot the IMDb page for this guy. Yeah, my phone's over there. You know, I'm not gonna bother anymore. There's like 2 more characters we haven't been introduced yet that are unique actors. So you can barely see him because of the bandages.
That's probably also the person who plays the mom. Just in the bandages.
Mary Allen.
Mary Allen wrapped
Oh
up in bandages. They used her as much as they could.
With the barbed wire. Dig.
That's alright. Don't get worked up. You need your rest.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
Rest. But why did you come? You must have had a reason.
Do you remember why we're here?
Gotta get your permission slip signed.
The meat permission slip. We broke into this room just to get a permission slip signed. I love adventure game logic.
And so many other things.
Go quickly before she comes back.
These scenes must have been fun to record, or to shoot.
Probably, I don't know. Mom?
This is no time to talk gibberish. Get out of here.
He said mom.
Aaron, I think he says something if you show the picture of the broom closet screwing to him. I forgot what he said, but I know he says something. Because again, every NPC. So yeah, the permission slip is right there. Okay, Marv, permission to Steve. Okay, cool. So that's what we needed that for.
Alright, time to go. We're leaving you here. Bye!
Oh, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed those what I call the censor Steves.
The Stevester.
You always were a censor, Steve. Alright, so now I gotta go back to the meat plant and actually give that permission slip to him. Things are starting to fall into place, actually, in terms of, like, puzzle design. You wanna guess what we're gonna do with this meat? It's for a really stupid reason.
We get to Mr. Potsdam, right?
No. Oh, what happens if you give it to Mr. Potsdam? I actually don't know that. Okay, so, do you remember when we first met the firemen? They had a dog barking?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
They calmed the dog down by giving it meat. And we're gonna have to do the same, because we're gonna break it. I forgot to speed up that cutscene. I forgot to break in. Wait, no. when you break in, the dog's going to be barking. You got to calm it down somehow, or else the police will come and arrest you.
That's right, I remember the doggo and the meat. Bye, cats.
I think this is the last time we go to the meat plant. Oh, Nightfall descends upon Harvest. How convenient.
Woo!
Oh, I forgot to edit the cutscene here, too. So yeah, that went by a little shorter than last time.
We did it, guys.
Aaron, do you like that I'm speeding up the cutscenes now?
Gotta go fast.
Aaron, some of the last ones are like second-long cutscenes. I think you're going to find them hilarious.
Gotta go fast.
Alright, so unusually the door is not locked. You can just walk in. Although you do need to use the chunk of meat on him in like the first 30 seconds you're here. I had to replay the game for that cutscene, so I hope you enjoy it.
Of the doggo?
Yeah, of the dog eating meat. I've noticed oddly... Oh, he's still here.
Are you gonna talk to him?
Yes, he actually gives you a clue on how to find the bolt of fabric. I've noticed that the cutscenes that skip, all of the cutscenes that skip are the ones that are activated exclusively by clicking on something. Or like using an item on something. All other cutscenes are fine, aside from like one exception. I think I have a theory as to why this is as well.
Yeah.
When I'm playing the game as fast as I can possibly run it because, you know, it's a newer computer, I might as well. And for some reason, I think what that does is it makes it so whenever I click, I actually click multiple times.
Oops.
And clicking is what starts and stops a cutscene. So that's why it only plays one frame of the cutscene when it normally skips it, and why I need to basically have the speed of the game in order to get some cutscenes to run.
Oops.
So yeah, that's my explanation for it. If you want to see those cutscenes, by the way, what you do is there's like 2 different DOS boxes the game lets you run it in. You need to do the second one, and then you need to go into the game's files and actually go down to like clock rate and put it down to like 50.
Oh god.
It's really annoying, but I had to figure out how to do it, basically.
Jeez.
Apparently this kind of stuff is normal if you play these games that often, or pretty often. And again, I didn't really grow up with PC games aside from like Putt-Putt, so...
And we all know that Putt-Putt and Harvest are exactly the same game.
Oh, Aaron, that'd be a fun playthrough.
Putt-Putt.
Some of the Putt-Putt games. My favorite as a kid were always the zoo one and the time travel one.
Or what was that, a dollhouse?
Oh no,
game?
no, no! I also loved the one where he goes to the moon as well. I think that one was also my favorite.
What was the one I played? It wasn't a Putt-Putt game. It was like that dollhouse game.
We had a lot of humongous entertainment games as a kid,
Yeah.
which is kind of stark contrast to just me figuring out all these edgy games now.
Yeah. Well, the dollhouse game definitely wasn't humongous entertainment because
Yeah.
humongous entertainment games have effort. And that dollhouse game,
But this is at 175 speed.
Woo!
It's gonna just keep getting faster, Aaron. You can't stop it.
Yeah, I gotta go feast.
Aaron, one of the thumbnails I want to make for this is like a really awkward picture of Steve with the text, "A Harvester Let's Play, but every time a cutscene repeats, it speeds up by 25%. I'll show you that after this. I don't get this abstract dream sequences. It really just feels like they're recycling stuff from the game. I don't get that cheeseburger either. I'm not sure if that's like a cutscene you get in DNA's Diner or something, but...
Oh, look at how edgy he is.
You look how edgy he is at nearly double speed. I love how he puts the shirt on.
Very dramatically.
Alright, there we go. So next time, we'll give that bolt back to the Sergeant-at-Arms. See you folks then.
Good luck.